rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Headlines spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning whiz is always best. Time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my God! Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm running a little bit late. I've been busy. Oh, so busy. As you guys will see, there is a brand new membership up there. And if you're a member, you'll understand what it's about. So you'll see that post come through, I'm sure. You'll know what's going on because you guys are on top of it. Read the post. You'll understand. Other than that, I ain't got nothing to say about it. I love this place. You guys are awesome. Good morning, Pinocchio. Good morning, Debbie Webb. Good morning, Cynthia. Oh my gosh. Yes. Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning, Debbie, Tammy. Everyone have a wonderful one. Good morning, Victoria. I'm not going to be able to get every single one of you guys' names out there. Thank you so much. You guys have been great support. Great support to this channel. And I do want to say that everyone, we're time to think seriously about a little bit of self-protection and self-reflection. It's going to be a very bumpy ride this winter. I want everyone to be very, very careful. Very, very careful out there this winter. And why do I say that? Why do I say that? Well, it would be not because of that, but because of this. So you ready for some winter of love? Mostly peaceful stuff. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Keswinder never did warm to the escargot breakfast buffet at the Chateau gatherings. Here we go again. Things have been a little quieter than expected since Donald Trump became the president-elect last month. Yeah, there were a couple of marches in some very blue cities, but not as much brouhaha as many of us thought there would be, just in time for the holidays. The wannabe badasses from Ferguson and the George Floyd summer of no COVID protocols are back, which Matt wrote about. New York Black Lives Matter leader has called for Black vigilantes to retaliate following Daniel Penny's acquittal on Monday. Penny, a 26-year-old former Marine, faced charges of second-degree manslaughter and negligent homicide in connection with the 2023 death of Jordan Neely on a New York City subway after Neely was threatening passengers. Just like everybody else has vigilantes, we need some black vigilantes, as quoted by New York BLM co-founder Hank Newsom, said in the wake of this verdict. People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud. How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us? To the surprise of no one, the lefts are trying to. Hold on just a second. I've got to cough. To the surprise of no one, the leftists are trying to give Jordan Neely and Trayvon Martin and George Floyd revisionist history treatment, portraying them as an innocent lamb who posed no threat to anyone. None of the witnesses who were there at the time shared this opinion. Leftists love lauding all the wrong people, though. We've already seen that this week, all of the praise from them for the deletion of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Sound judges of character these people out. Sound judges of character these people are not. The race baiting shtick is wearing very thin for everyone, and Megyn Kelly does nail it there.
Meanwhile, someone over on Neely's side, some are describing him as the victim. He wasn't the victim. He was the aggressor. He was the criminal on that subway car that day, who was seriously threatening other passengers. He had a long history of hurting them. And somebody on his side yelled out in the courtroom, "It's a racist country. Hello, madam or sir, that's not working anymore. You're going to have to find a new line. I don't know what it's going to be. But the BLM era is officially over. It's over. You had us in some sort of weird, psychotic headspin for 4 or 5 years, and it's done. Trump's reelected, and Daniel Penny is acquitted in one of the most leftist jurisdictions in America.
Imagine. Schools are preaching hate, teaching hate, victimhood, they're calling it for damage to American citizens. And Megyn Kelly is calling it outright. This kind of stuff has no reason to be out there. I mean, I've seen where they're calling for this, and I've also seen some of these people that are on that side calling for nothing to happen. And I'm sure everyone's seen it, but I'll let you guys judge for yourself what they're saying.
CHIVONA-NEWSOME. I'm the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Greater New York.
Yeah, this is an instigator.
And I'm a devout Christian. And in my Bible, thou shalt not kill.
Right. But you also have to remember, it also says in the Bible to protect your neighbor. So why weren't you protecting this guy? Why aren't you protecting those people on the subway and doing something about taking care of this guy? Really? Seriously.
In the Torah, thou shalt not kill. In Buddhism, not kill a living thing. But America has no morals, no soul. Our bloods have paved the streets of this nation since its inception. It was foolish of us to think that a Black man would get justice in the system designed to. My heart bleeds for the Neely family. My heart bleeds for his father, who sat in front of me every single day and prayed for justice for his son. There is no one coming to save Black.
There was justice for his son. I don't know exactly where it was at. I think it was federal. I think it was in the federal portion of it. Actually translates to "thou shalt not murder." Good job. Good morning. Thank you, Volstorm.
Black people, or else we wouldn't live in these ghettos. We wouldn't be in these prisons. And
well, and that right there would be the corruptness of your city. You might want to talk with your city officials about that. Talk with your Democrat overlords, the ones that have been pushing you to have some sort of racial war. Nobody is asking for that except for the people on your side. Everyone's saying, why don't you just get along? Relax, take a chill pill. No. It all of a sudden becomes a black or white thing, or black or Hispanic thing, or Hispanic or white on black. And this is why you don't segregate people like this. Whenever you start having these others, you're not the same as me because your skin color isn't the same, or we didn't have the same mother, or any other crap like this. This is the kind of crap that the left has been pushing for decades. They have been pushing to keep people separated from one another. This is what identity politics causes. Because who is more oppressed than me? Woe the fuck is me.
we would be further along than we are. We wouldn't be at the absolute bottom. So forgive me for being jaded and cynical, but once we saw those non-white...
Yeah, but she's making tons of money off of this. The founder of Black Lives Matter, yeah, guess where they moved? Do you think that they moved over here to New York to be with their friends? Do you think they give that money back to their community? No, they actually took the money and ran. They're raising money. They're spending money on their own selves. They're not spending it on the community. They're not helping the community. They're raising money. They're raising money on behalf of themselves, on the backs of other people. We've been talking about this almost every night for, I don't know, the past couple of weeks, how you have the grifters out there that are raising money on the backs of other people using whatever little thing they can to start raising money. This is just all a grift. It's all a grift. And what loss do they have whenever their city starts burning down? What loss is it to them? What loss is it to this chickie baby that goes out there and gets people stirred up, starts having them go run around and cause problems, start burning down cities? Next thing you know, you're going to have all of these people out there. No, these people, yeah, this segment needs a banner that says this is a grift. These people don't care. Absolutely. That's exactly what we need to have out there, because they do not care about them. It's all about themselves. All about themselves. If you don't believe me, go look at their website. You can buy merch for this. Look at how much they're selling the merch for, just so you can post a sign up in your front yard. I would have thought that back in what was it, 2020, 2021, people would have got over this and realized that the summer of love was just that. Now we're looking at the summer of winter. Or what is it? The winter of love? Yeah, summer of winter. It's too damn early. I need more coffee.
We knew that this case was over.
Doesn't matter. So you're saying that it was an impartial jury? You're saying that it was not an impartial jury? What they just said here is they're calling for jury intimidation right here. Every single one of these people should be arrested. Every single one of them should be arrested for jury intimidation, because none of those jurors are going to feel safe ever. This is ridiculous.
Non-white jurors, how could there not be an uproar that the same person who got off Kyle Rittenhouse, who got off
Why are you bringing Kyle Rittenhouse into this? See, there's another damn lie. Bringing in Kyle Rittenhouse into this. Kyle Rittenhouse, Jesus Christ. Sorry. Just the stupidity of these people. The grifting, lying crap. And people are going to get hurt over this because of her lies. because of Black Lives Matter is throwing this crap out there, saying things that are unfoundedly not true. I mean, there's just nothing true about this, and they're going to be raising hell. You don't see them yelling at the other two people that were there trying to restrain this guy and keep him from injuring people on the subway. They're not going to talk about that. You know, this is the same group of people that we've been talking about for what, past 2 months, that are grifting off of a 5-year-old child. When everybody else is sitting there going, she's being abusive to a child. She's being abusive to a child, and you're supporting this. You're raising money on the backs of somebody else's misfortune, on the backs of this poor innocent child, and you want to sit here and call yourself righteous.
O.J. Simpson was used here. And shame on you, celebrities and politicians who claim not to be racist, because the racists spoke loud and clear. John McCain. That's
like trying to prove a negative. What do these people have to do to prove that they're not racist? What is it that you're seeking? Are you seeking us down on our hands and knees like they did during the Summer of Love? Does that do it? You kiss the boot, that kind of crap that you were promoting all through the Summer of Love? Huh? Is that what this is about? What can you do? At what point does it stop?
His daughter, she had something to say. I think she incited a riot for the right.
And here they go, inciting hate. She doesn't care about you. She does not care about these people. This right here is about giving her a platform so she can get people to hate one another, to fight one another. I am surprised that the police haven't come along and arrested her for this crap. In a civil society, that's what they would do. But of course, we're in New York and she's got a platform.
Phil Mickelson, he had something to say. Kid Rock donated $3 million. And if you look on social media, if you look at the hatred spewed across against us, against Black people, against a man who was sick, because when there's a crisis of drugs in America, I'm sorry, it's only a crisis when it's a white person, an opioid crisis.
No, it was Americans. That right there was what they talked about. It did differentiate between color. Didn't differentiate between age, race, sex, none of it. It's crisis straight across the board. But now let's use race.
Jordan was labeled a drug addict and labeled a crackhead.
No, he was labeled as psychotic, having a schizophrenic break. So people are supposed to lose their lives because someone's having a schizophrenic break. Yeah, these types of people get out there, fight tooth and nail to get out of jury duty. I'll leave it at that. I think the YSL jury was a nominally to get a few people from the hood willing to play ball with society. Yeah. She would scream racist. She would just scream racist. She's a very delusional young lady. Yes, she is. Good morning, Andy. Is it unfortunate that someone lost their life on that subway that day? Absolutely. Guy was ODing. He was still breathing. Pulse is still working. He was doing fine, except his body was in crisis. Had nothing to do with Daniel Penny. And the jury of his peers found him not guilty. They don't like that. People like this are using Daniel Penny. It's not about Daniel Penny. It's not about this guy that lost his life on the subway. This person right here does not care about about any of it. She is using this to raise money, to grift off of people, and to better her station in life. Because as soon as she raises enough money, boom, she's gone. You think she cares? Damn, no, hell no. People were doing that in open court. Blew your mind watching throw the race card down to open their hand. There's something going on here on YouTube. Sorry, last night's stream, I couldn't see your stream at first. Got unsubbed and chat had about 503 numbers. Was it on your side? Well, Malin, now that you ask, it's beautiful. Because I'll pull this down real quick so you can understand. I put a new tier. On my channel because it's become aware to me that I've got a few people out there that want to come after my channel. They want to take it down. It's been spoken of taking anybody down that supports Jeremy Hales. And so any bit of material that might be on there that someone doesn't want to agree with because they think that I used their material, well, guess what? If you want to see it, you can pay the brand new membership fee of $499.99. All members know exactly what it's about. If you're a member of this channel, you'll see that post that I just put up there. So if you're wanting to access to that material that you want to claim has something that you don't like on there, well, guess what? You can become a member. You can become a member. The newest member tier is you have to be absolutely nuts. Because if you think you're coming after my channel like that, good luck. I'm not playing with you. That's what that one's for. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And if you're not looking to bring down the channel, you ain't got nothing to worry about because you get all the access to everything that you need. Exactly. That's exactly what they said they're going after. That is their plan. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Got to pay taxes. I'm cheap. We'll stay where I am. And see, that's the beauty of it. You get everything that everybody else gets. And if they want to, like I said, they want to go over those things. If they want to get a hold of those things that they want to try to bring my channel down with, pay for it. Because you'll have to actually put in there what it is. When does that bill come in the mail? I'm sure it'll come. I'm sure it'll come. It's not I'm not playing with those folks over there. They've got a lot to learn. And the best part is they won't know which video. And if they try to file a copyright strike on it, I've already got someone there on YouTube that is ready to make sure that doesn't happen. Thank you very much for your support. Good morning, Bulldog. Good morning. Yep. Is the one about fair use or the main actors? I don't know. Someone just said that they were. Someone sent me a message, and in that message said that they're looking to give strikes to anybody that used their content that they've posted on a public forum, and they have not claimed it as their own. But if they want to claim it as their own, that's absolutely fine. You just have to know what it is that I'm pulling up. And you also have to know how fair use works and also open forums work. But alas, if they want to access it and figure out which one it is. I've got about 5 videos up there, which means you would have to figure out which 5 it is. Thank you. But other than that, if you're not looking to bring the channel down, there's nothing on there that you're gonna find that you haven't already seen. The beauty is whenever after they become members, then I have their information. Oh, shh! I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? Didn't actually read the message. Maybe if I got bored, I'll give it a go. Yeah, the message is interesting, but you'll get it. You'll get it later. All right, back to these crazy people here. Mm-hmm.
The only crime that Jordan Neely was guilty of was the color of his skin. Come on. But luckily for Daniel Penny, his skin was not like Jordan's, because you honestly wouldn't.
No. Wrong. Daniel Penny's skin is just like Jordan's, just like yours, just like mine, just like someone over in the Middle East. Guess what? It's all the same thing. It's the largest organ on your body, and you can't change that. I mean, it's not a good idea if you try pulling like your skin off, the amount of pain and suffering that causes, and blood loss and things like that. So don't try to change your skin. That's dangerous. YouTube finally responded to me, and I'm going to do a data dump of proof they are planning the attacks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rosalind's on top of it.
Have seen our face. The NYPD would have arrested him after 3 hours.
I didn't catch that. That was the most ridiculous shit that I think I just heard.
But luckily for Daniel Penny, his skin was not like Jordan's, because you honestly wouldn't have seen our face. The NYPD would have arrested him after 3 hours. The justice.
Who would they arrest? I think one believes half of what she's saying. Now the father is straight out of Hamas. Yeah. Isn't it funny that they want to talk about others using their public stuff while they sit and do to worse? Yeah. That's the problem. We'll let them cope and see.
System would have found him guilty. And shame on this jury, because to be real, they didn't even try. Once the lesser charge was removed, they came back an hour later and said it was deadlock. Less than an hour and 20 minutes later, they said not guilty. These wonderful white people, I hope they celebrate their Christmas while the Neely family is praying and asking God for comfort. God damn them.
You know, here's the thing. What the next words that are going to come out of her mouth, should be just an immediate ejection from this country. Any country you want to go to. Yeah, I'll celebrate my Christmas just fine. But the next words that are going to come out of her mouth should earn her a free ticket to any country that she wants to go to. Any country in the world. Because the next words that are going to come out of her mouth don't need to be coming out of any American's mouth.
And goddamn America.
Yeah. Happy to send you wherever it is that you want to go. Happy to send you anywhere you want to go. But this is the way you deal with somebody that wants to act like that. Somebody that wants to act like that, this next one right here, this here is how you handle it.
Yo, you just hit my car? You just hit my car?
No, I tapped it. Just to say, don't stop right there. You stop right in the sidewalk. It's a tap.
Bro, don't do that to my car, bro. What's wrong with you, bro?
It's a way of talking to you. Don't stop in the middle of the sidewalk. Hi.
Yo, this ain't real, is it?
What's that?
Is this real?
You have a
Is
gun?
this
Are
really?
you gonna take out a gun and shoot me now?
Is this really happening?
Yeah. I'm talking to you like an adult. One adult talk. Oh, that's new to you. Okay. So agree.
All right, bro.
Right there. That is the best way to do it. Good morning now. Good morning. Why is it that these people always say how kind of good their lives ones are when they die while committing a crime? No, the guy that was that died, he was being violent, but he was in a schizophrenic break. That's a completely different stream. That's a completely different story. All that one person did, well, actually 3 or 4 people did, was try to contain somebody so he didn't turn into a criminal, so he didn't hurt anybody. He was threatening people. He was threatening them with bodily harm. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that in a fair society. That's what you want, is people like Daniel Penny to step up and do something. That's what you want in a free society. And I do have the other videos, but we're gonna get back to what they're saying here.
Despite the fact that he is white and Jordan Neely was black. And they're still yelling, "It's a racist country, you fools. You absolute fools." And by the way, it's not just someone over on Jordan Neely's side. We had news coming into today that the outgoing chair of the DNC said his party is insane if they think the message of this election was to rethink identity politics. Double down, sir. Triple down. Quadruple. Do it. Enjoy oblivion. Enjoy your desert island where you have no one applauding anything you say and certainly no one voting for you. I look forward to watching you there. CNN reports that Neely's father also had to be escorted from the courtroom after shouting an expletive. Where was he? Where was he when Jordan Neely had dozens of arrests over the years, when he was punching 67-year-old women in the face? Where was the grieving dad then? I'm not sure. Now he's suing Daniel Penny. Oh, okay. You're going to get your money. Now you're totally behind your son. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, he's going to sue Daniel Penny now. It's a threat to anybody that does anything to protect themselves or others. That's the threat. I will sue. And when you don't carry any cash, you aren't prepared to lose, use a store without getting robbed, or hop on a subway car without having to deal with Neely's every day, you feel like the prisoner. Yeah. Yep. But it always comes down to money. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Pathetic BLM posers might want to read the room now. The idiot Obama-era politicians who prepped them up all the way through the 2020 rioting have been pushed to the side. We're not going to be seeing kneeling photo ops from the Capitol when Trump 47 crew rolls back into the Beltway in January. They might not even find some of the Democrats in New York City in the mood for their bullshit antics. On yesterday's episode, Stephen Green and at 5 o'clock somewhere, Stephen Green and, damn it, I always forget this writer's name. Sorry. Stephen Green and Stephen Cruzier. They do the morning briefing. They've got their own little webcast. It's pretty cool. They said the fact that New York Mayor Eric Adams has become much less patient with criminals in the city since it's been overrun with illegals. He sounds positively conservative at times. It bears repeating that BLM tough guys don't take to the streets in cities where gun laws make it easier for the locals to arm themselves. Yeah, you notice that doesn't happen. fairly confident that you won't be seeing a lot of BLM marching in my immediate vicinity. Well, mine might, maybe. Unfortunately, most of our big cities are bluer than blue and don't offer their citizens the opportunity to take advantage of their Second Amendment rights. Well, it just depends on where you're at. And we all know how much the Democrats enjoy their race riots. They would no doubt love for there to be a lot of social unrest as Trump returns to power, as we saw in 2016, 2017. Again, however, things have changed. Much of the country has moved on from the madness that gripped it 4 years ago, whenever BLM, Antifa, and all the other spoiled brats who weren't hugged enough as kids were allowed to run roughshod, while entire police forces were ordered to stand down. As we saw in Los Angeles with the recent ousting of its soft on crime DA, even progressives get sick of crime after a while. And let's hope, let's really hope that that's catching. Really do hope that it's catching. Because if not, people like this are going to make it worse.
We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud. How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us?
Right.
I'm tired.
Yeah. And you want to see you want to see how tough these guys really are. Here you go.
Give me your phone, bro. Give me your phone.
Back up, man.
Why you recording me, bro?
On trip. Back up.
Oh, you said what? I'm from EC1, I know, nigga. Give me your phone, nigga. Over here. Follow my voice. Follow my voice, man. Follow my voice. You're good. Slow down. Stop. All right, the curb is one step away from you, man. Just sit down. Right there.
Yeah, right there.
There you go. Let me borrow your phone. I'll call the cops for you, man. That's good, bro. You need help, man. Don't you want help?
Are you trying to get in your car, man?
No, just sit down, man. Just sit down.
Right there. That's your car. That's your car right there. That's your car right there.
Money on my hand, bro. Bleed in my arm. All right, sit down. We'll help you. We'll sit down, man. Just sit down.
Yeah, that's what happens. He got gangster walk. Yeah. Y'all take care. I'm gonna go take your shower. You're welcome. You have a wonderful, wonderful morning, and get yourself a nice fresh shower. Get nice and clean, and stay away. I can't do it. Ball storm. I really want to do it so bad. That's an extra special pepper spray. Yeah, that's what happens with the pepper spray. Don't approach people like that. If you think that Brian Adams is playing around with people,
Hey, Russ, tonight, goddammit. Y'all make y'all go home, get rest. I'm going tonight. Y'all make y'all come out tonight. They gonna hear us fucking tonight. Goddammit. Y'all gonna get y'all money tonight. Y'all gonna get y'all money's worth tonight, motherfuckers. Yeah. Load that shit up. Y'all gonna get y'all money's worth tonight. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No.
yeah, that is the insight. We just need more of this, is what we need.
What's your name? What? What is your name? Tony. Thank you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Hey, you know what I did last night? You better not bring my mother into this. You know what I did? You better not. I broke that fire over there. Oh. And I fucked your brother next to it. Fuck you, Ezekiel. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what we need more of. Oh my God. Craziness. The uncivil left wrecks domestic civility at home. Don't expect consistency when it comes to calls for political civility. When conservative activists go too far, calls for civility to follow. When leftists misbehave and act uncivilly, we don't hear much about civility. That's no surprise because most of the toxic incivility seems to be coming from the left. Many on the left seem to believe that you must be evil if your views on politics, culture, and society differ from theirs. Take Barack Obama. He claims that trying to build a conversation, thank you, where folks are able to disagree without hating each other, yet his democracy forum includes notorious campus antagonists who sought to stifle voices with whom they disagree. This is also shown by a recent AP report about the events on Mount Desert Island in the small seaside town of North Harbor, Maine. According to the travel website Acadia Magic, Northeast Harbor is famous as much for its summertime residents as it has for beautiful and protected harbor full of exclusive yachts and sailing festivals. Yet, some Northeast Harbor residents are awfully nasty to other Northeast Harbor residents. They are especially nasty towards Leonard Leo, a conservative organizer and philanthropist and former head of the Federalist Society. He is part of a movement that seeks to preserve what has made America a great nation of land of free opportunity for everyone who has arrived on its shores. It bothers noisy, uncivil leftists on Northeast Harbor that Leo has taken up residence in the town for good measure. Leo has the gall to become one of the largest supporters of charities on the island, funding the local hospital, library, church, and housing trust. But to the leftists in Northeast Harbor, if you disagree with them, you should not be allowed to live in their neighborhood or attend their church. Your charitable donations that provide housing and medical care for the needy should be rejected. And worst of all, you should not be allowed to enjoy the tranquility of your home. Consider Caroline Pryor, a 65-year-old woman from Northeast Harbor. She participates in loud, nasty protest at Leo's home. That's right, his home. They came armed with cartoonish, life-size puppet of Leo, a rainbow arch for runners to pass through, and blue and pink chalk with which they scribbled slogans. "You are amazing. Leonard Leo is not," across the road. They rang cowbells as a boombox blasted Dolly Parton, Taylor Swift, and Queen. As the Associated Press reported, their goal was lofty: convince Leo to leave. Those same radicals have also tried to convince the various organizations supported by Leo's charitable giving for him to return his money. One resident, Susan Covino Buell, actually resigned her position with the Island Housing Trust, a nonprofit that seeks to boost the amount of affordable housing on the island merely because it accepted Leo's donations. If Buell believes that charities should consider the politics of their donors, does she also believe that when they are considering who those will help, charities should take politics into account and refuse to help anyone who disagrees with their views? In America, we have a long tradition of residential civility. We don't chase people from their homes. Americans view residential life as a sort of a commonwealth where pure pluralism and courtesy reign. Unlike the behavior exhibited in Northeast Harbor, you don't just harass people at home, period, or at their church, or at their businesses, or in their civic involvement. American history obviously has a few unfortunate examples to the contrary. In 1912, in Forsyth County, Georgia, white residents tried to drive every last black person out of the county, and they succeeded. The ramifications of this residential expulsion campaign remained as a contentious issue in Forsyth County well into the 80s, perhaps because it's so squarely at odds with the values Americans place on residential civility. Burning crosses were the tool to convince blacks to leave in the American South. In another era, the Northeast Harbor, they used puppets, cowbells, and fat-bottom girls at 120 decibels. We shouldn't seek to purge our neighbors because we hate them or disagree with their beliefs. That behavior has plagued other nations and other times. From the horrors of the Balkans in the 90s to even modern strife between Armenians and Azeris. This isn't to say that the bloodthirstlessness seen in those places is on par with the nastiness in Northeast Harbor. Obviously not. But it comes from the same wicked place. The willingness to intimidate and scare off your neighbors because you disagree with them, because you don't want them around anymore. The idea that those with whom you disagree on the Second Amendment or abortion need to be purged from their homes in your neighborhood is an alien concept in America. We can't just act like he's a regular person in our community. Susan Covino-Buell, who seems to think the legitimacy of charity depends on your politics. That's where it all begins, when someone isn't a regular person entitled to civility and peaceable existence at home, or maybe in his church, or perhaps his children's school. According to the venomous philosophy of Buell and her comrades, the others go. We have both written about the same behavior in Virginia directed towards Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito, where protesters harassed Alito at his family's home, some wearing handmaids' costumes. But in Virginia, it's a crime to protest at someone's home. In other words, civil society benefits by keeping homes about family, friends, and peace, and not clowns in handmade costumes. If you show up and protest a Supreme Court justice near their home, you're committing a crime in Virginia. Not only is it time to enforce such statutes, it is time for our society to reject such poisonous incivility that destroys domestic tranquility and condemn those that engage in it. If you want to protest over an important issue, do it in the town square, not where the individuals and their families live and sleep. I'm going to take a short break, grab myself a cup of coffee. I suggest you do the same if you're feeling it. If you don't feel it, well, then don't grab some coffee, but I'm going to get me some. See you in a few.
Shizzy, when it's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dawn night. We laugh and funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gigs and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. From shoutouts to those random screams, to inside jokes and endless memes. We talk and Shizzy, when it's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dawn night. We laugh and funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. From shoutouts to those random screams, and inside jokes and endless memes. In Shizzy, when it's chat we thrive, where Shizzy does dance and memes arrive. No quiet moments, no dawn night. We laugh and funny sight. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. From shoutouts to those random screams, to inside jokes and endless memes. We type our hearts, we stand the love. Our chat rooms like a lit up club. Oh, chat rooms like a lit up club. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We're living pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream. Ooh, yeah, we come together. Oh, Shizzy's crowd, you're wild and true, with crazy gifts and jokes that flew. We'll live in pixels in the stream, a digital dream, a shared daydream.
Oh, yeah. Now we have an open letter to everyone who will have their rights taken away on January 20th, 2025. We hear so much about political divisiveness here in the United States these days. This person right here, Stephen Cruzier, decided that it was time to use his forum here to reach out to the other side and see if he can get the healing process started. He's a giver, a uniter, people. According to the erudite leftist voices at the New York Times, the Washington Post, and all throughout social media, President-elect literally the little man with a funny mustache that was an artist, but also sometimes Stalin. I know it's long, but don't make the rules. He's going to quickly take away the rights of the alphabet soup coalition as soon as he's sworn in on Inauguration Day. And I want all of you who are living in fear of Donald Trump's first working lunch when back in the Oval Office to know this. I see you. You and your rights will not disappear into the shadows on my watch. I'm a conservative who's been in the entertainment industry for 3.5 decades. I know the agony of feeling ostracized, I think is what he means to say. Your pain is my pain. I truly believe that we can get back to being the United States in more than name only. Now is the time to band together and be there for one another, no matter what the circumstance. We are stronger as one in the interest of extending an olive branch. I'm going to offer my services and editorial privileges here to chronicle each right that Donald Trump 47 takes away from the alphabet people. Chocolate silk pie is really good. All you have to do is contact me with detailed proof of the right and exactly what our next president did to strip you of it and who the hell invented Terrence. I was shocked and moved when I read the article in Washington Post. Gay Americans stockpile meds, make plans to move after Trump's win. And here's an excerpt from that. Zoe Montgomery is so nervous that President Donald Trump's second presidency that she is making plans to escape to Canada if life in the United States becomes intolerable for her as a transgender woman. The concern makes sense when Trump is officially president. Again, I can see him setting aside things like fixing the economy, avoiding World War III, and making the country safe for violent, illegal aliens to focus on being mean to someone who can't even spell Zoe properly. Shag Carpet needs to make a comeback. Zoe must have gotten a hold of 10 secret pages of Project 2025 that no one was supposed to see until Inauguration Day. They deal primarily with two subjects, proving that Anthony Fauci is behind an awful avian flu and criminalizing the rainbow. Clamato is not good on ice cream. I don't know what that is. Clamato? Throughout the entirety of Trump's second presidency, I promised to be a diarist of lost rights. If ever told anyone where I live, my door would always be open. I will never close my metaphorical door. I promise. Be forewarned that I'm rarely wearing pants, even in metaphors. Yahtzee. Yes, if we focus on what we have in common, we'll be able to get through this for the next 4 years, come what may. Just email deadinside@growingupalready.com. Namist. Give Terrence the Clamato. And you too can become a member of PJ Media. All you have to do is sign up for it. And I don't know if there's any current codes, but I'm sure that they're there. I think the one that they had going for a bit was SCOTUS 47. So there you go. Or POTUS 47. Yeah, it was POTUS 47, I think is what it was. But there's this here. It is in which McDonald's employee helps catch a red rum suspect. McDonald's is having quite quite a public relations roller coaster of a year, isn't it? First, it became the focal point of a 2024 presidential election. Vice President Cameltoe, while on the campaign trail, continuously claimed that she worked there as a young woman, something she was never quite able to prove. Then Donald Trump worked the drive-through at McDonald's restaurant in Pennsylvania for a day in October. After the election, Trump and his buddies, including Elon Musk and health nut Robert F. Kennedy Jr., were photographed on a plane enjoying a big old meal of Big Macs, chicken McNuggets, and fries all together. There was also the whole onion recall announced this fall, one of the biggest in the restaurant's history, that led to 104 known cases of E. coli infections across 14 states. And today it was an employee at Altoona, Pennsylvania McDonald's who helped police end what was probably one of the biggest manhunts of the year. On the morning of December 4th, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was deleted in broad daylight outside of a Manhattan hotel. Photos of the suspect had been plastered across television and the internet ever since, as police have done their best to find him. Today, they finally caught the man who they believe deleted Thompson. He was dining in, you guessed it, at a McDonald's restaurant. Despite all the technology law enforcement has at their fingertips these days, the arrest was made due to what many are calling good old-fashioned police work. An employee at that McDonald's saw the suspect, who we know now as 26-year-old Luigi Mangoni, an Ivy League educated guy from Maryland. The employee recognized his picture and called police to let them know he was there eating a meal. The more we learn about Mangoni, the more interesting this case becomes. But as I was watching the police press conference about his arrest yesterday, the fact that it was a McDonald's employee who led to his arrest was what interested me the most. I'd like to hear more from him, or from about this man or woman who served both fries and justice today. What motivated them to make the call? How sure were they that he was the suspect? Were they nervous? I know I would have been. Will they receive some kind of reward? Meanwhile, the McDonald's itself has become the target of some pretty hateful people. I suspect these are the same sick people who are cheering on this deletion of a suspect and cheering on the guy that did the deleting, and the deleting of Thompson on social media. I fully understand that the insurance industry is flawed and there are many issues at play here, but deleting someone's father is not the way to solve them. And of course, that is a topic for another article. Many are leaving 1-star reviews for the restaurant on websites like Yelp, either trashing the restaurant or praising Mangoni, or both. According to Fox News, Mangoni was arrested in Pennsylvania on charges that included using a fake ID, unlawful possession of a firearm. He'll likely be turned over to NYPD on Tuesday. New York City Mayor Eric Adams said at a press conference he matches the description of the identification we've been looking for, and he was in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident. You have a grandbaby on its way down to Mammy to catch you all tomorrow. Well, congratulations, Margaret Tier, on becoming a grandmother. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Mickey D's might fire him for not watching the fires cook. It's a possibility. You never know what's going to happen with this. Why do they do this? Why do people do this? It says the Vatican unveils Palestinian nativity with Jesus on, I don't know what that word is. I can't pronounce it. The Catholic Church was founded by a Jew, Jesus, who inherited the kingship of Israel, and its first Pope, Peter, was a Jew. But the man who unfortunately occupied the chair of Peter is now so anti-Israel that one of this year's Vatican nativities is a Palestinian propaganda piece. Despite the fact that the Muslim so-called Palestinians, aggressive persecution Christians, and want to wipe Israel off the map, well, Pope Francis has continuously expended all of his empathy for Gaza while condemning Israel. The latest example is a nativity scene at the Vatican, which seems specifically designed to be historically inaccurate, an insult to Israel, and Israel has already recognized the insult both to Christians and to Jews, reposting the critique below. See below of the nativity scene. Yeah, this is their nativity scene. Of course, there was no Palestinians or Muslims in Christ's time. as Islam was invented some 600 years after the birth of Christ, and the term Palestinian was not applied to a conglomerate of Arabs until the 1960s. So now it's not exactly atypical to use historically inaccurate garb for nativity scenes. That has been going on for centuries, but it is significant that the Vatican is once again promoting the Palestinians and identifying Jesus with them amidst the ongoing brutal terrorist war against Israel and the global wave of anti-Semitism. Not to mention the hostages still being held captive in Gaza by Hamas, which has the support of the majority of Palestinians. Yet Pope Francis recently accused Israel of possible genocide in Gaza, even as Hamas and Hezbollah continue to launch attacks on Israeli civilians. Bethlehem is one of the Palestinian Authority-controlled towns where Christians are persecuted by Muslim authorities. It is also a town off limits to most Jewish Israeli citizens, as I know from my visit there, from speaking to Israelis and seeing the massive signs in Bethlehem warning away Israeli citizens, not far from a huge graffiti paintings glorifying Hamas jihadists and displaying grossly anti-Semitic and anti-Trump messages and pictures. The city of David, renowned for its connection to the great King of Israel, has become a poverty-stricken, religiously intolerant trash heap under Palestinian rule. There are Christian Arabs who are also called Palestinians, yes, but they have suffered under hostility and outright persecution in whichever areas the Muslim Palestinians take over. Under Hamas's rule, the Christian community has steadily shrunk in Gaza to a remnant, in contrast to Israel, where citizens have equal rights regardless of religious affiliation. Last Christmas, Muslim Palestinian authorities banned decorations for Christmas in Bethlehem in honor of Hamas terrorists. But Pope Francis, unfortunately, reverting to hideous and inexplicable anti-Semitism too many Christians had in former ages, considering that the Bible was written by Jews and Jesus, his mother, St. Joseph, and the apostles were all Jews. The current Vatican's actions seem particularly ineluctable. God gave the land of Israel to Abraham and his descendants for perpetual possession, and those who profess to serve God should take care lest they have to face the judgment seat of Christ and admit they supported those define God's gift. I don't have to agree with it. Just telling you what this person wrote. And the will begin here shortly. Karma. San Francisco liberal who wants to help defund the police begs for help. I typically don't like to laugh at someone's misfortune, but sometimes you just can't help but chuckle at the irony of certain situations. In this case, a liberal woman in San Francisco who has some big ideas about defunding the police got a little dose of reality. Now all she needs is a bite of humble pie. Darcy Bell, who goes by the name of Jerk Cousteau on X, took the social media platform over the weekend to announce that thieves had stolen a U-Haul truck that was full of her belongings. After making the post, she continued the thread with a plea to several San Francisco area officials, asking them to help her by making sure companies like U-Haul put GPS on their vehicles. I guess she largely blames U-Haul for the incident and feels so entitled that she thinks there should be a law forced on private businesses just for her. She added a few more posts rambling on how she didn't care about anything but the sentimental stuff and hoped that the thieves took what they needed. She also indicated that she didn't care what happened to the people who stole the truck and that there was a random post about how she was moving because she couldn't afford to live in San Francisco anymore, and about how one of her kids broke his leg at school and there was no nurse to help. So she had to roll him in the car in an office chair because the schools are underfunded. Please note that Bell, uses very strong language in her tweets. She says, "Hey guys, if you see a 26-foot U-Haul truck with an Arizona plate AL 5000 something 3, would you please let me know because I had everything I own in it. It was stolen near Noe at the market. Fun fact, U-Haul doesn't put GPS on the trucks, and thieves apparently know this." And she says, "Hey, Aaron Pesky," and throws a whole bunch of people. "Would it be cool if I could get my stuff back, but also maybe you could do something to make sure that companies like U-Haul put a GPS in vehicles so when theft occurs, I could at least know where my stuff went. And she continues on and on. After the tirade, U-Haul Cares responded to her post, suggesting she contact her local authorities and provide the company with the police report. And U-Haul says, hello, we sincerely apologize for what has occurred to you and your belongings. If you haven't already, please be sure to contact the local authorities to report this matter. Be sure to contact us back to provide the police report to the Equipment Recovery Department. Bell then replies and says she's waiting for the San Francisco Police Department to get back to her. Hours after filing her report, she reportedly complained about the police department in the New York Post to the New York Post. I haven't found my shit. The cops didn't do shit. U-Haul made me file a fucking police report. She said, adding, there's cameras all over the city. They haven't done shit. I just want my stuff back. Nice. I'm not going to post any more of her vile X tirades. They're easy enough to find if you want to see them. And Bell seems to enjoy all of the attention she's receiving, but her entire account is basically a checklist of far left ideas and rants, either made by her or other liberal accounts that she has reposted. This includes everything from complaining about how California isn't a nice place to live, even though she probably voted in the very people who made it that way, to stopping short of justifying the deletion of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Of course, there are several posts about defunding the very police who she wants to hurry up and help her get her stuff back. Her whole timeline is filled with so much hate, anger, and foul language that it made my head hurt, to be honest. Why does anyone want to be like that? But even though Bell seems to live in some sort of lefty fantasy world, comes across as someone who isn't very nice, and I do hope the police find her stuff. I can't imagine being in that situation. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, even someone who doesn't seem to like her own mother because she's a Trump supporter. But hey, at least I found someone who actually does use the Oxford Dictionary's word of the year. I love that. My fox-pilled MAGA brain rot mom just told me that the Democrats were giving out free deletions of children and vasectomies in trailers at the DNC, which just be a lot cooler if you did. Sad lady, we have fools steal farm equipment around here so much sheriff's department can't do, but by golly, post it on the local town page and it's found fast. Amazing how that works. But for 4 years, I just would be interviewing medical executive scientists, etc. So I know how every part of the system works. A lot of people are directing their anger in the wrong direction. Yes, a lot of people are. What was that? Please don't read aloud. But if you wanted to look at your chat on YouTube. Oh, I do look at my chat on YouTube. I also do pay a lot more attention to what I've got going. Love my YouTube chat, but yeah, I don't go off all the damn time. But we have more. We have more. It used to work. I identified duplicate claims because your father didn't love you enough. Well, that sounds like a personal problem. Do you want me to hold your hand? I'll give you a big hug. We'll hug it out. Democrats are so out of touch, they're going to keep losing. When Republicans lose elections, they try to figure out why. After 2020, they realized they had to play by the same rules as the Democrats and bank early votes, targeting low propensity voters. And it worked. They won. Democrats talk the talk about learning from their mistakes and adapting, but it's become very, very clear. Democrats are too deep with their radicalism to acknowledge they need to change. Sure enough, they appear determined to double down on issues that alienate voters and fail to resonate with the broader electorate. One glaring example of this is Vice President Kamala Harris's stubborn insistence on making abortion rights the central focus of her political platform, despite the fact that it didn't win her the election. Harris made abortion the centerpiece of her campaign, relentlessly attacking Trump abortion bans in Republican-leaning states. But despite her passionate defense on abortion access, voters aren't buying it. Oh, no, they're not buying it at all. Oh, the banner? Yeah, I'm still taking a water break. What's to say? I ain't sitting in a pool right now. Is that better? You feel better? Happy? I think I do okay responding to y'all in chat. Sometimes I've got to let chat just work it out. They figure it out and they relax. It's nice and easy over here. Nice and easy. If you don't get responded to, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't mean I don't care. It just means that I just am not focusing entirely on everything that chat is doing, unless they become problems, and then I give them a nice hard time, very hard time. Harris made abortion the centerpiece of her campaign, relentlessly attacking Trump's abortion bans in Republican-leaning states. But despite her passionate defense on abortion access, voters just aren't buying the bullshit anymore. As you may recall, in the final days of her presidential campaign, Harris made a bizarre campaign stop in Texas to talk almost exclusively about abortion. The timing was significant, as was the need to sell the rally as a potential Beyonce concert that never happened. According to her reports, the Harris-Walz campaign own internal polling showed that they never had an edge over Trump. Yet, rather than trying to run on consensus issues in the final weeks of the campaign, they doubled down on abortion. This rhetoric failed to shift the momentum in her favor. The 2024 election saw President-elect Donald Trump secure over 300 electoral votes, sweeping the swing states and decisively defeating Kamala. It was fun. Exit polls from CBS showed that while abortion rights were a significant issue for Harris's supporters, they did not translate to the rest of the United States. We're just backup singers and rhythm guitarists, except for Vol. Definitely a triangle or it's cowbell. Cowbell all the way, just so you know. Who knew, right? The data made it clear Americans were prioritizing their own well-being, not abortion access. The writing has been on the wall for some time about this, yet the Democrats are unwilling to adapt and are still unwilling to adapt. In fact, just this week, Camel Toe, apropos of nothing, doubled down on her campaign abortion rhetoric. If that rhetoric didn't resonate enough voters to secure her victory, why is she still harping on it? It's the fact that Democrats don't know how to pivot to populist messaging and are incapable of pivoting from this losing issue. As the Democrats continue to focus on abortion rights over the issues that people actually care about, they risk repeating the same mistakes that led to their 2024 defeat. Instead of engaging with the issues that are actually driving voters to the polls, they seem content to double down on an issue that is not proven to be a winning strategy. The lesson here is simple. If the Democrats want to regain power, they'll need to rethink their priorities and understand the political landscape is more than just about yapping on about deleting children, and until they figure out that, they will continue to lose. But there is more coming out. This has to do with this. As the AP is reporting, Trump promises to end birthright citizenship. What is it, and what could he do? And could he do it? Well, because I'm not the broadest person in the whole wide world. So what they're talking about is this right here. H.R. 140, which was enacted in the 117th Congress from 2021 to 2022. And what the bill does, and this is just a brief of what the bill does, it limits birthright citizenship by redefining what it means to be subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. Currently, a person born in the United States and subject to U.S. jurisdiction is entitled to citizenship. Under this bill, a person is subject to U.S. jurisdiction if he or she is born to a parent who is 1, a U.S. citizen or national, 2, a lawful permanent resident residing in the United States, or 3, an alien performing active service in the armed forces. The bill does not affect citizenship or nationality status of any person born before the bill's enacted date. Remember this. This is 2021, 2022. Tambourine. Oh, you prefer tambourine? Yeah, but you bring the cowbell. That's why it's so damn loud. The 14th Amendment, Section 1, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction equal protection of the laws. The citizenship provisions of the 14th Amendment may be seen as a repudiation of one of the more politically divisive cases in the 19th century. Under common law, free persons born within a state or nation were citizens thereof. In the Dred Scott case, however, Chief Justice Roger Taney, writing for the court, ruled that this rule did not apply to the freed slaves. The court held that United States citizenship was enjoyed by only two classes of people: white persons born in the United States as descendants of persons who were there at the time of adoption of the Constitution, recognized as citizens of the several states, and who became also citizens of this new political body, the United States of America, and those who, having been born outside the dominions of the United States, had migrated thereto and been naturalized therein. Freed slaves fell into neither of these categories. The court further held that although the state could confer state citizenship upon whomever it chose, it could not make the recipient of such a status of citizen of the United States, even a free man descended from former slaves residing as a free man in one of the states in the date of ratification of the Constitution, was held ineligible for citizenship. Congress subsequently repudiated this concept of citizenship, first in Section 1 of the Civil Rights Act of 1866, and then in Section 1 of the 14th Amendment. In doing so, Congress set aside the Dred Scott holding and restored the traditional precepts of citizens by birth. That's according to the Constitution. Annotated. Can't fight biology. Yeah, heavens. So, what does that have to do? What does that have to do with this? Well, they're going to try to say that Donald Trump is trying to push this through, that he is wanting to get rid of birthright citizenship. He wants to end it. No, he wants to change the wording in it, but he doesn't have any ability to do that. Now, Congress can do that. The people can vote on that, whether they want to have that changed or not, but he can't physically do anything. But any efforts to halt the policy would face steep legal hurdles. Birthright citizenship means anyone born in the United States automatically becomes an American citizen. But here's where the kicker lies. They might be able to become an American citizen, but their parents still are not. So what they currently have is what they call anchor babies, where basically the parents get to stay with the child because it's underage and it stays here in the United States, and therefore they keep the people here in the United States. But any efforts to halt the policy would face steep legal hurdles. Now, someone, whether they're in this country legally or illegally, or on the U.S. on a tourist or student visa, who plans to return to their home country, it's not a practice of every country. And Trump and his supporters have argued that the system is being abused, yes, and that there should be tougher standards for becoming an American citizen, yes. But others say that this right enshrined in the 14th Amendment to the Constitution would be extremely difficult to overturn, and even if it's possible, it's a bad idea. I don't know. Here's a look at the birthright citizenship, what Trump has said about it, and the prospects for ending it. During an interview on NBC's Meet the Press, he said, absolutely plan to halt the birthright citizenship once in office. But put it into context. We're going to end it because it's ridiculous. Trump and other opponents of birthright citizenship have argued that it creates an incentive for people to come to the U.S. illegally or take part in birth tourism, in which pregnant women enter the U.S. specifically to give birth so their children can have citizenship before returning home to their home countries. Simply crossing the border and having a child should not entitle anyone to citizenship, said Eric Rourke, director of research for Numbers USA, which argues for reducing immigration. The organization supports the changes that would require at least one parent to be a permanent legal resident or a U.S. citizen for their children to automatically get citizenship. Like I said, this was created in 2021. This bill was created in 2021, and it didn't pass. Others have argued that ending birthright citizenship would profoundly damage the country. One of our big benefits is that people born here are citizens, are not illegal underclass. There's better assimilation and integration of immigrants and their children because of birthright citizenship, which is a lie. Alex Norwich said, a vice president for economic and social policy studies at the Pro-Immigration Cato Institute. Well, that would be a lie. In 2019, a Migration Policy Institute estimated that 5.5 million children under the age of 18 lived with at least one parent in the country illegally in 2019, representing 7% of the U.S. child population. The vast majority of those children were U.S. citizens. Every time I hear a nonpartisan think tank, I know that they're nonpartisan. They're not nonpartisan. During Trump's campaign in 2015, that the number of people in the country illegally would balloon if birthright citizenship were repealed. And did it? No. Creating a self-perpetuating class that would be excluded from social membership for generations. So what does the law say? Don't care about you, AP. What does the law say? In the after? No, this is what the law says. And of course, it wants to bring up stuff that have nothing to do with this. The fact that is a leading case on this, the fact that only case on this, that Andrew Arthur, fellow for Center for Immigrant, another one of those leftist think tanks. So what could Trump do and it would be successful? Nothing. He can't do anything. He can't even put in an executive order. That's not going to solve the problem. Your wife based her vote on a recent federal election based on abortion, voted Republican locally. Plus, we're actively trying to have a kid. Well, congratulations, Brandon. Congratulations. I hope that the journey is rough and rocky and full of long rides. That's all I'm saying. The half the fun is getting there. Half the fun is getting there. Ah, yes. I hope you're looking forward to those baby making sessions. Those can be a blast. Cow coming home from milking. Oh yeah, can't fight biology. Let's go. Can't fight it. And does his milkshakes bring all the chats to the yard? I don't know. Trump's epic new fragrance ad just trolls Jill Biden, and I just can't stop laughing. Just can't stop laughing. It is a tasty thing to have the left just lose their ever-loving mind over it. Joe Biden was notably absent from the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral last week, so his wife Jill and daughter Ashley went in his stead. Images of Donald Trump, the de facto guest of honor, sitting near Jill and even being friendlier together naturally went viral. In a phone interview with the New York Post, Trump described outgoing First Lady Jill Biden as very nice and said she couldn't have been nicer, and after a friendly interaction at the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Trump naturally saw a golden opportunity. If you haven't heard, Trump recently released a set of fragrances for sale to the public to commemorate his election victory. According to the website, the Fight, Fight, Fight collection of Trump's official fragrances is for patriots who never back down like President Trump. The scent is your rallying cry in a bottle, featuring Trump's iconic image and raised fist. This limited edition cologne embodies strength, power, and victory. This perfume and cologne bottles prominently feature Trump's image and raised fist, symbolizing resilience in the wake of the July 13th attempt on his life in Raleigh, Butler, Pennsylvania. A bullet struck Trump in his right ear, in his head during the attack. You may have heard or seen ads for the official Trump cologne and perfume, but the best ad ever isn't an official ad. Trump has once again showcased his unmatched trolling skills by using one of the viral photos from the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral in his social media promotion. Here are my new Trump perfumes and colognes. I call them Fight, Fight, Fight because they represent us winning. Great Christmas gifts for the family. Go to gettrumpfragrances.com. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Trump wrote. Accompanying the post was a photo from the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral in France on Saturday, showing Joe Biden gazing at Trump with what many interpreted as admiration. Here are my new Trump perfumes and colognes. I call them Fight, Fight, Fight because they represent us winning. Great Christmas gifts for the family. Go to their Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. That's pretty funny. That's an ultimate troll. It certainly wasn't the gaze of a woman who thinks Trump is a threat to democracy. The photo shows images of cologne and perfume bottles featuring the tagline of fragrance your enemies can't resist. I have to admit it, I laughed out loud when I first saw it. According to the FAQ, Donald J. Trump fragrances are a tribute to the Trump legacy, blending premium craftsmanship with a distinctive style. Oh my, oh my, oh my. How down the rabbit hole we go these days. It is going to be a rough ride. A rough ride. Let's see. What else did we have? Well, because we started this out in such a way, I got a couple little stories for you, and then we'll end it in the same way that we came in, hard, fast, heavy, and screaming at the top of our lungs. On Monday, Daniel Penny was acquitted by a Manhattan jury of criminally negligent homicide, a monumental victory not only for Penny, but for justice itself. While the verdict delivered the right result, legal experts from across the political spectrum concurred that Penny should never have been charged in the first place in connection with the death of Jordan Neely. The fact that such charges were brought in the first place calls for serious consequences. And Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg must face accountability for that. The district attorney's office focused on one thing and one thing only: a white man subduing a black man who later died. They ignored the fact that Neely was on drugs and threatening passengers on a subway, or that many witnesses praised Penny for stepping in, believing that his actions may have saved lives. After the jury deadlocked on the manslaughter charge, the prosecution requested to drop it, likely hoping for a conviction on the lesser charge of criminally negligent homicide. Unfortunately, the jury ultimately acquitted Penny of that charge as well. But Penny's acquittal doesn't mean that our justice system still isn't broken. It is still broken, and Bragg is a key reason for it. He's abused the power of his office, politicizing and radicalizing justice for his own personal gain. His actions not only have undermined the credibility of his office, but have also made a mockery of justice itself. Instead of serving as an impartial enforcer of the law, Bragg has turned the judicial system into a tool for political retribution, racially charged agendas, and the blatant disregard for equal justice under the law. Until he faces consequences for this, we can never regain trust in that system. Bragg's most high-profile move, of course, was his decision to indict former Donald Trump by taking a misdemeanor charge that was out of the statute of limitations, twisting the law to turn it into a felony, and stacked the charge 34 times. It was undeniable that Bragg's prosecution was less about the rule of law and more about the political revenge and perhaps his own personal ambition. The system isn't fixed. Daniel Penny got lucky, but Trump was found guilty. The political weaponization of the justice system goes even deeper with Bragg than in these two cases. His office is consistently showing an alarming tendency to go light on criminals while ramping up efforts to target people who dare defend themselves from those criminals. 2 years ago, Bragg brought charges against a bodega clerk who killed a man who attacked him. He has repeatedly failed to prosecute violent criminals, even downgrading charges in many instances. Bragg has shown a clear tendency to protect criminals while aggressively pursuing charges against his political opponents, or in cases where race can be used as a divisive issue. This is a man who prioritizes political agendas over the safety and fairness that should define our justice system. If we are to restore trust in our legal system, we must start by holding corrupt officials like Alan Bragg accountable for their actions. If anyone deserves to be imprisoned, it would be him, because he's the one who has abused the law for his own political ends. And time for accountability is now. You want to talk about some accountability? Here's some accountability.
Have you ever told a lie? My mum has. She's
Maybe a white lie. Okay. Have you ever used any bad words like bar or humbug?
She's for fuck's sake.
Don't worry, Becky. We've all been there. It's okay. She said frog. Okay, she said frog. Do I dare ask you the last question, Becky? Oh, this one is multiple choice. Yes. We don't need any answers from the audience. Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh God. Oh yes, totally busted on that. She got her butt handed to her on that one. It was glorious. When I saw that, I just could not help but laugh. I couldn't help but laugh. That one really made it quite damned interesting. It is really going to be one of those crazy days today. What in the hell did it go? It will be one of those crazy days today, just so you know. No, geez. I don't want to watch that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Uh-oh. Weird. Looking for something that I saw here. No. Oh, geez. I can't show that. I can't show that. Nope. There was something I saw that I just cannot do. I know that it'll be. See, I always have to be very careful the kind of stuff that I show on here, because it can really get you in all kinds of troubles. Apparently, a Rottweiler was a couple of Rottweilers attacked a small child, and I'm not going to post that. Not going to post that. That's pretty gruesome. Just the thought of that happening is pretty sad. Where's the one that I was looking at? It went somewhere. Nope. That one. There's just times that you just can't show certain things on the YouTubes. It will be insane. Just know that this was Manhattan last night.
What's his name? Jordan Neely. Say his name. Jordan Neely. What's his name? Jordan Neely. Say his name.
And it's funny that they're sitting there screaming these things out as the police are making sure that they don't get injured.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. People matter too.
Yep. Why wouldn't you? That's what I'd be doing. imagine these police officers having to walk with these folks that are saying that they hate them and they're being called racist. Just imagine that. Imagine being in these folks' positions. Like, really? Small groups of paid protesters, not organic. People are sick of identity politics and are aware of where the BLM money goes. I don't think they are, because they still seem to be raising quite a bit of money. And I'll get to that here shortly.
Throughout our police forces and throughout now everyday civilians on the streets. Shame! 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 Daniel Penny should have been convicted for murder.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it one more time.
But he wasn't. And I'll say it multiple times. He was not convicted of murder. Yeah, I saw that too. Look, got the clown wig on and the uniform too to match. See, he wasn't. Not whether he should have, could have, he wasn't. It's one of those moments when you realize that there is nothing that you can do. He was innocent until proven guilty. He was found to be innocent, not found to be guilty. You may not like it, but that's the way it goes. You can't retry the case. Can't retry the case. They can't throw him in jail again for the same thing. They can't retry him for the same thing. It's not going to happen. Oh, they'll try to sue him now. That's what the father wants to do. The father is saying, "Oh, I've got to sue now." For what? It's amazing to me that all of a sudden he wants to sue over something that he could have taken control of decades ago. But all of a sudden it becomes incumbent upon somebody that's an innocent bystander to have to step in to protect other people. And all of a sudden now we're going to go after him and his money.
Daniel Penny should have been convicted for murder. Right.
And again, I'll say, but he wasn't. So get over it. Take your happy asses home. Enjoy life a little bit more and realize that your ass wasn't there to help out. Your ass wasn't there protecting anybody. If you're so against this, then take your happy ass down to the subway and why don't you step in whenever you've got a psycho that's attacking people? Why don't you step in? Morning, Hal.
Oh! Relly Rebel. Relly Rebel is a father, is a black man, is the founder of We the People, one of the most long...
And here's the grift. Here's the money.
Longest current standing mutual aid groups in New York City.
This is a fundraiser. This is a big fundraiser.
Relly Rebel is now behind bars because he was out here using his First Amendment right to protest for Jordan Naylor.
See what I mean?
Shame!
Fundraiser.
Shame! Shame! So I want us to come out here.
Yep.
And not
right.
only remember and scream Jordan Neely's name while we're in these streets, but I want us to scream justice for Relly Rebel too. Okay?
See? Money. It's all about the money. The bozo luck. Yes, it is the bozo luck. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Jordan Neely, his drug dealer, his family that abandoned him, the mental health and justice system that kept putting him back on the streets. They're the ones that are to blame. This is what they're after.
Can we do that, community? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what this is about. It's about raising money. We've been talking about this on in the evenings, and I'm going to make a little bit of something that I wanted to say, because it got me thinking about this last night. There are folks out there that want to bring down channels, bring down voices. They want to silence. They don't like the fact that we read a deposition over the past week. That really gets under their craw. Not realizing that we find humor in situations where others don't. Reading a deposition is not by any way, shape, or form fun, especially when it affects people's lives or their livelihoods. And currently, we've got a few people that want to come attack my livelihood. And that right there, YouTube should not tolerate whatsoever. So YouTube, if you continue on this path and you allow these people to come and attack my channel and try to strike my channel, I will say that would be a bad idea, because nowhere have I ever called for anyone to have their channel struck. Nowhere on this platform have I called for that, and for people to call for my channel to be struck over someone's BS because they don't like the way things are going, that they've got issues, because their grift has been called out, their scams have been called out. They don't like that. If you got nothing to hide, become transparent. That's all I've ever said. Yet they want to bring down this channel because theirs is flailing. Their supporter base is dropping off. That is not my fault. That would be your fault. All I ask people to do is question what they're getting. So you've decided to come after my channel. You've made public statements as to such. You've made public statements as to going after other people's channels by giving them 3 strikes. So you've made it very clear as a threat, if you don't get the outcome you want, that you're going to bring down people's channels. That right there will be turned into YouTube. And all those people that you've got out there that are reaching out to people that I have on my stream, thinking that they know something about what the hell is going on with your sick, distorted little world, they don't care. Don't attack people that come on my channel. Don't attack people that are out there doing their own thing, because you're incapable of having a creative thought in your mind. Don't attack people on my streams. Don't attack people that come over here. Don't even reach out to them. Look at them as they don't exist. I know your assholes are watching because you can't help it. I'm your daddy. I own your ass. And it drives you up the wall that I own you. Your thoughts are right here. I got you right there. My suggestion is you just go over and stay in your happy little space. I'll stay over here in mine and continue to own every single bit of it. But if you're going to come after my channel, just know that retribution will be coming from YouTube. I've never called for your channels to be destroyed at all, ever. But if you're going to attack me, just know that I will turn you into YouTube. I will bring it before YouTube, and I will make sure that YouTube does exactly what they say they're going to do, because that goes against the terms of service. I'm not playing. If you want to go view that stuff, I have a new membership for you. If you want to go pull that stuff up to try to use something that I played on my stream against me, guess what? it'll cost you. And that amount of money is going to go for any legal bills that you want to try to impose on me by making threats to my livelihood. Not going to play. It's time that you grow up. You don't like the outcome of something, then bitch and moan about it, but don't go trying to bring people's channels down. Never done that to you. I don't care what you do on your channel. Don't come after mine. I would suggest you don't go after anybody else either, but that would be up to them to speak on that. I'm speaking for me personally. You want to come after something that I'm doing here? I will turn your ass over to YouTube. That's it. Simple as that. I don't care what you do on your channel. Don't attack mine. And with that, you guys can have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys hopefully tonight if it all works out.
Bless your heart. I thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Early morning, rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Now go show some love for the